Hey friends, today we're going to be talking about caffeine withdrawal symptoms and how to minimize them. So maybe you're on this video because you are thinking about quitting caffeine and want to do it the right way, or maybe you're here because you're feeling kind of off, a little jittery, a little anxious maybe, and wondering if these could be signs of caffeine withdrawal. Either way, I'm going to answer those questions for you guys in this video. And the reason I know so much about this topic is, you guessed it, a few years back I quit drinking coffee cold turkey, which was the dumbest, one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life, because it just gave me every caffeine withdrawal symptom under the sun. I had heart palpitations for a few nights in a row. I had bad social anxiety in the morning, messing up my ability to do my job. I had irritability, I was jittery, you name it. And I don't want that to happen to you guys, so I will talk in this video about some of the better, smarter ways to quit caffeine. Now, full disclosure, I actually do drink caffeine again today, but I do it a little bit differently. I don't drink coffee anymore. I feel that that gives me bad withdrawals, but I found another product that helps me get my work done without giving me those same withdrawals or jitters or negative effects. I'll talk to you more about that at the end of the video if you're interested. But for now, let's get into these symptoms. Caffeine is a natural stimulant found in various plants, and we like to think it gives us energy, but that's not actually how it works. What it really does is bind to the adenosine receptors in our brain, which you don't need to know too much about, but just understand that what it's doing is telling us that we're not tired. It's warding off fatigue. So when we would usually know, hey, it's time to get some sleep, caffeine is basically saying, nah, you're good. Power through. For obvious reasons, a chemical that convinces us we're not tired is going to be great for productivity, which is why so many people in a society focused around academics and career are going to become addicted to caffeine over a period of time. Because clocking in at 9 a.m. is just much easier when our brain thinks we're not still tired. Now, with everything in life, especially drugs, including caffeine, too much of a good thing quickly becomes a bad thing. And when we're drinking coffee or caffeine every single day, we quickly become dependent on it. This can happen in a matter of weeks or even a matter of days for some people, where if you're not getting that steady fix each day, you're gonna start to have withdrawals. Your baseline is going to be much lower. You're gonna be more tired, more anxious, because you're dependent now on that drug to feel normal. Also, over time, you're gonna need more and more of it to get the same effects, and this is called tolerance. Caffeine affects everyone differently, so there's no magic number I can give you for how many cups of coffee a day is gonna lead to addiction. Personally, if I have just 1 cup of coffee every single day for a couple of weeks straight, I become addicted. At least mildly addicted, where if I just suddenly cut it off, after a day or two, I'll start to have symptoms. Now, other people might drink way more than this and claim that they don't even feel the effects of coffee. That to me is a red flag, but to each their own. Regardless of how much caffeine you're drinking each day, if you don't take breaks in between every now and then, let's say, 2 days a week you skip caffeine, or every 2 weeks you take a week or 2 off. If you're not taking breaks like that, then when you try to stop drinking caffeine, there's a very good chance that you are going to experience some withdrawal symptoms. Maybe these withdrawal symptoms will kick in 12 hours after your last cup, or maybe they'll take a few days to kick in. One of the most common caffeine withdrawal symptoms is going to be fatigue or low energy. Now, this is kind of to be expected because for a while now, you've been feeding your brain something that's telling you you're not fatigued, that you don't need sleep, that you're good. So when you suddenly remove this, all that sleep debt that you've racked up over the course of the past weeks, maybe the past months, is going to kind of hit you like a train. So it only makes sense that you're going to feel a little bit low energy during this time or a little bit fatigued. Another symptom you might experience is difficulty concentrating or brain fog or something like that. You're a little bit more tired than usual, so your brain isn't functioning at 100% capacity. Another major symptom, and probably one you've all been waiting to see, are headaches. Now, headaches affect a ton of people with caffeine withdrawals, myself included, and this is thought to occur because caffeine constricts blood vessels throughout the body, so then when we come off it, the blood flow is increased, and evidently, that doesn't feel so good to our brains. Then we have the mental health symptoms of caffeine withdrawal, like anxiety, depression, and irritability. And I know you guys can relate to this because we've all had that morning person coworker that's all bubbly and trying to talk to you before you've had your morning cup of coffee, and you don't like them. That person's annoying. You don't want to talk to them because you're probably having a minor little bit of withdrawal there, and you need your fix before you can have that forced social interaction. There's literally a whole culture around like merchandise, mugs, t-shirts that say, "But first, coffee." we make a cutesy joke about it, but the fact is people don't want to do things. They don't feel mentally prepared to do things before that morning cup of coffee because they're feeling anxious or depressed or irritable. Finally, we also have tremors or even heart palpitations. So these are muscle spasms throughout your body that can be super uncomfortable. You might just see like a muscle twitching somewhere in your arm or your hands shaking a little bit. My worst withdrawals were heart palpitations, and they were like, I had like 2 nights in a row where I just remember laying in bed and just feeling my heartbeat flutter like abnormally. And it was super uncomfortable and frankly pretty scary. But that's kind of like what made me look and say, hey, what did I do differently? Oh, I haven't had caffeine in a few days. And that's actually what made me quit coffee in the first place. Now, caffeine withdrawals can occur as soon as 12 hours after your last cup, or 24 hours later, or even 2 days later. It completely depends on you as an individual. But fortunately, they only usually last a few days. At worst, if you're really, really addicted and you're drinking multiple cups every day, you might expect them to last as long as 9 days, but hopefully you don't have to wait that long. As far as easing this process goes, if you're already feeling the symptoms of caffeine withdrawal right now, there are some things you can do to kind of help out a little bit. And that's stay hydrated, get some exercise, spend some time outside. If you're feeling the mental health side effects like anxiety, do some breath work, meditation, maybe some yoga, other things we talk about on this channel. That can help you a little bit. But the best thing you can do is to prevent these withdrawal symptoms in the first place, and that is to not just quit cold turkey. If you just go from drinking 2 cups of coffee a day to drinking 0, you're probably not going to feel great. I did this, it sucked, I don't recommend it. What I recommend instead is to wean off slowly. You know, if you drink 3 cups a day, maybe drop it down to 2 and then to 1, and then, slowly give your body time to adjust to not having that caffeine in your system. And like I promised earlier in the video, I don't drink coffee anymore, but I do still take caffeine actually. And that is this product called Magic Mind. It's really awesome. It's a 2-ounce matcha-based productivity shot with a bunch of adaptogens and nootropics in it that help you to think better and feel less stressed and less jittery as opposed to something like coffee. Yes, this is a sponsorship. I like to be very transparent about this, but I only agreed to this sponsorship because I actually love and use the product. I needed some kind of productivity boost because I was missing that caffeine fix that I used to get. Obviously, this was crunch time in my life. I was quitting my full-time job to do this type of stuff, and I just needed a little push, and this has been giving me that, so I highly recommend it. But most importantly, I haven't had any of those uncomfortable withdrawal symptoms that I used to get from coffee. There's only 55 milligrams of caffeine in this as opposed to an average of like 100 milligrams in coffee, and yet this still gives me a better productivity boost because of all the other awesome ingredients in it that coffee doesn't have. If you're thinking about quitting coffee or your regular caffeine source, but you're still kind of anxious about not having that productivity boost, I really do recommend trying this stuff out. Again, that's called Magic Mind. I'll include a link below so you can get a discount off your first order, and I will get a little kickback if you use my coupon code, so I want you to do that. I will make a small commission, but like I said, I truly do love this product and highly recommend anyone getting off coffee, give it a shot. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. So I thank you for sticking to the end. I wish you luck in your quitting caffeine journey if that's what you decide to do. Please do it slowly, wean off, don't just go cold turkey because I don't want you to get those symptoms. And let me know in the comments below what kind of symptoms you're experiencing or how your experience with caffeine quitting has gone. That's all, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you all next time.